Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
Do you have an update on Duncan Keith?
Duncan Keith will miss tonight. He's day-to-day with an upper body injury. So it's William Lagoson will go in for him tonight.
Now, can you talk about the challenge for the three guys on the left side? You mentioned last night the three guys you had last week are not in the lineup now tonight. Yeah. Talk about the challenge for those three young guys.
Well, they got to come in and do the job. Obviously, we got to play a real strong, simple game. Get pucks up out of our end, get it through the neutral zone, and you know, they're all. Broberg's come in and had a couple games and played pretty well. You know, the other guys they're guys. Rusty's got lots of experience. Lagoson's got some experience last year, so it's not as if they don't know how to play in this league. We got to come in and see if we can stabilize our group back there and play accordingly and see if we can find a way to win.
Your team is a perfect 7-0 when scoring first, 6-5 when the opponent scores first, which is still a great record in this league. But what is the contrast between chasing the game and being able to play your game when you get the game's opening goal?
Well, it gives you some momentum, especially on the road. You know, if a team you know get a goal or two up, then the team that's chasing has to open up a little bit. And when you're in a tight game, you can just continue to play good structure, play sound, and find a way to win. So you start chasing the game, it's the game. You know, you start to take too many chances. The game looks loose, and you're trying to get back in the game. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Is there still a sense of specialty of coming back here and coaching a game in Arizona?
You know, it's been for a long time now, so there's been lots of changes. There's not many people left when I was around here, so it's a little different. I mean, I still call Arizona home. You know, when in the off season, so there's a nice part about coming that you get to see familiar surroundings. But as far as the hockey goes, it's been a while now. You know, you just kind of when you've been around the league as long as I have, there's a few teams that you have relationships with, but ultimately you're concentrating on the one you're with now, and that's where I am.
And going back to the hockey, coming off the loss last night, what would an appropriate start look like for you in the opening 10 minutes?
We just got to get out and get to work. We didn't do enough to get to the front of the net. There's some compete battles that we weren't near as strong as we needed to be. Those are the things we've got to establish a forecheck, establish some time in the offensive zone early.
And leading up to the game, what is the solution in terms of not chasing the game right out of the gate? What is the solution? Can we pinpoint anything like that? Is it a deal of preparation?
It can be different things. It can be you need your goaltender to make a save. You got to stay out of the penalty box. There's some things that come into play that are factors that they take away the percentages of. Or they give the other team the better percentages of taking the lead. So you just got to be strong. You just got to get out and make sure you're solid, doing little things right early, and get yourself going in the game.
Two young guys on the back end, important for them for sure to take advantage of the opportunity. Yeah. How important is it for them to not try and do too much?
Well, they just have to be a stable game. Our whole team should recognize that. You know, you're missing some key players. You come on the road, you don't have to put on a show for anybody. You have to just play a real strong, simple game, and that's what we'll expect from those young guys.
Up front, a lot of changes for you, or is it going to look a lot like, say, last night?
We got a couple of injury situations we're looking at here that we just got to clear up, so there might be a couple new bodies in tonight.
Looked like Stuart Skinner battled hard last night too on goal.
Yeah, I mean, You know what? They had a lot of pucks just thrown at the net. He made two key saves for us to kind of keep us around the game on a breakaway and a 2-on-1. And it's too bad we couldn't battle a little harder in front of him.
Take us a few questions on.
Yeah, I got one more. Sorry, Dave. We were speaking about young guys. Ryan McLeod, 3 goals in his last 5 games. What areas of the game are you seeing a little bit more confidence in from him?
I think you just hit the nail on the head. He's playing with more confidence. When he gets the puck, he's looking to do things with it. He's just finding his game at the NHL pace, and he's played very well lately.
Do you find that whenever he gets the puck, he's moving more north instead of east and west this time around?
He's more confident with whichever direction he's going, but that's one of his strengths. He can transport the puck up through the neutral zone, and it just seems like he has the puck more right now and playing with more confidence.
Take a few questions on Zoom. Jason, Gregor, go ahead.
Dave, you tried Brendan Perlini for a short period last night in your top six. I assume nothing was going, so I understand that. Will you go back to your normal top six tonight, or are you going to load up McDavid with Draisaitl?
Yeah, we'll see. It depends on some injury stuff that we're looking at right now, Jace. But Perlini is a guy. You see him in practice. He scores just about every shot. So you're looking for something to. We're looking for a break. We weren't getting anything around the net. Not much happening in the offensive zone. So you're looking to try to find a shot that might go in. So. We'll see. We've got 2 or 3 things we're looking at here for tonight yet.
Okay, and on the back end, will you just slide Lagesson? What are you going to do? Because I'm assuming you're probably not going to play him in Keith's spot with Bouchard.
Well, they'll continue to flip around as special teams and situational stuff goes. We've had Broberg with CC, which is they've been okay. Russell and Barry have played quite a bit together, so we'll see how it goes here. Lagesson and Bush could be a pair, but you could see Bush move up and down the lineup also.
Mark Spector, go ahead.
Tell me about Broberg, Dave. He's only played 2 games, but I know there's a lot of places for his game to go, but his skating has got to be at an NHL level. What do you see in this kid? No,
his skating and his poise have been, it's been really noticeable. That's the improvements in his game. I shouldn't say his skating has always been a strength of his, but the poise and just thinking at an NHL level has improved greatly. And I think it's some of it just getting used to the North American style, North American size of rink. He's not putting himself in trouble. The European game, you have lots of time in your own end, lots of space to kind of hold the puck here. He's being smart with it. In the offensive blue line, he's being smart. He's getting pucks through quick. So he's played pretty steady here for 2 games. It's good to see. He's taken steps forward, and there's still lots of room for improvement, but he's taken some steps forward, and he's come in and played. Our situation with the injuries we have, we've asked him to play some pretty good minutes, and he's done very well.
Well, you lose Mike Smith long term, and you get to learn a bunch about Skinner, and it's what you learn good.
Yeah.
You lose guys. Grover comes in. What you see it, maybe is he better than you thought you see? Is there? There's got to be, even the coach going through what you're going through. You got to see some silver lining though, don't you? Well,
you find out about people, and until you can always think what players do, but until they get thrown in the situation, you never know how they're going to react. And like you say, we've had some young players come in that don't have a long track record, but have come in and got thrown into tough situations because of the injuries. And it's good to see that they've responded very well. It speaks volumes for the depth that we've got coming there. And they're still young players and lots to learn yet, but their first steps in the NHL here have been pretty solid.